Charmin Green here with Proactive Property Solutions. So I want to give you 3, maybe 4 quick tips on what you can look for when you're purchasing that real estate investment property. Maybe you're working with an agent and they don't understand maybe the property management side. You take over and now there's all these different surprises. So 3 things that you should look for. Number 1, make sure you're reviewing your leases. Not just obtaining your leases, but really reading through them to make sure things such as like utilities, that the tenant is paying for the utilities that you had anticipated and it's written into the lease. Making sure that the terms of the lease are actually ending in times where, you know, that the property is able to be re-rented. Again, if the lease ends in the middle of November and then you have a vacancy, you have to turn the unit, you got to put the heat on. The property's going to sit vacant because no one's moving in the winter, things like that. Make sure you're paying attention to those items. The second thing I would say is over account for vacancy. You might run vacancy into your numbers, but over account for it. What happens is tenants hear that there's new management in place and things that they might have been doing that were unacceptable, you know, during their tenancy. Now there's new sheriff in town. And they get spooked and they're like, I'm not going to stay here. I can't get away with the stuff that I was getting away with before. So they move out abruptly, middle of lease, no control over it. Something you can't, really predict. So over account for your vacancy period because it will come. Third thing I would say is if there were repairs that were done during the transaction, I don't know, a roof. Maybe there was a roof put on. Maybe there was a roof repair. Maybe there was something repair-wise that was done during the transaction and you opt not to tell your PM about it. Something may come up during their management of the property, and had the PM known that that was the case, they could have called back the same vendor. Maybe it was under warranty. We don't know what we don't know. It's important that you tell your property manager anything and all things as it relates to that property when we're onboarding the investment. So just a few quick tips. Oh, your rental license. If you're in a city or borough that has a rental ordinance and it has to be registered and there's licenses, make sure that stuff is done so you're not taking on unexpected expenses, initial commencement of that investment property. So just a few quick things I thought were super important and just a way for you to continue as a real estate investor to be one step ahead.